Do you remember those cute toys from the 80s that you played with? From iconic toys like Speak and Spell to toys like Pound Puppies that taught good manners? Come along and let's see if you remember any of these children's toys from the 80s that have disappeared over time. First on our list is Boglins. When Boglins were released in 1987, it became an instant hit because they were the latest in a series of Halloween-themed toys, including other cool toys like Ghoulies, Critters, and Gremlins. Inspired by the giant Olmec heads of Mexican civilization, Boglins were goblin-like hand puppets with quick-moving eyes and funny-looking mouths made of flexible rubber. When kids played with the rubbery toys, they put on different facial expressions. Although parents in the UK found no reason to consider Boglins unsafe for children, most parents and authorities in the United States saw them as too scary for children. Despite the controversy, Boglins remain a beloved, nostalgic toy for many people who grew up in the 80s. Unlike Boglins, the next toy on our list was designed to support children emotionally. Gloworms are popular stuffed, soft, and cuddly bedside companions with vinyl heads that glow when their plush, worm-shaped bodies are pressed hard. Gloworms were created by Hasbro's Play School to help children sleep well in the dark at bedtime. After the commercial success and popularity of the glowworm among children, Hasbro went on to release other variations of the toy, like the musical Glowworm and Glow Big in 1984. With the Glow Butterfly 1 year later. Sadly, things started to trend downwards in late 2005 when parents began complaining that the toy's plastic head was hurting their children. Hasbro tried to update the toy's features, but it was already going out of fashion in the face of stronger competition. Other toys, including the next toy on our list, Pound Puppies, had much more to offer, imaginatively, emotionally, and educationally. Pound Puppies were created by Tonka Toys. These fluffy toys with big eyes and large floppy ears were so cute that almost every kid had one. The toy's inventor, Michael Bowling, created the toys to help in children's emotional development, teaching them important values like empathy, caring, responsibility, and compassion. As a result, each puppy was packaged with adoption papers containing the puppy's name, breed, and birth date. As children were offered a variety of pet breeds to choose from, it presented the perfect opportunity for them to be pet owners without being burdened by the responsibility of looking after real pets. This made Pound Puppies a huge success, generating almost $1 billion in sales for Tonka Toys by 2001. This success also saw Pound Puppies become the focus of an animated TV series, a TV special, and a successful feature film, catching the attention of adults as well. Despite reboots and re-releases, Pound Puppies are not as popular today as they once were. They are only considered vintage toys and collectibles now. Like Pound Puppies, the Monchichi toys were designed to catch the attention of adults and children alike. Monchichi dolls came in different sizes and colors with their big, beautiful eyes, round bellies, and soft fur. These toys were first introduced by the popular Japanese toy company Sega in 1980. The name Monchichi was derived from a combination of two Japanese words, Monchi, meaning monkey, and Chi-Chi, meaning father. A series of marketing campaigns for Monchichi generated a lot of buzz, and just like that, they became the most sought-after toy everywhere. Like most other toys from the 80s, they also inspired feature films, TV shows, and video games. Monchichi's reign didn't last long though, because they fell off due to other emerging toys that looked more interesting. Regardless, they proved themselves worthy as one of the best toys of the 80s, and that is why they're serving as a nostalgic reminder. Like Monchichi, Popples were popular toys in the 80s that created buzz through ads and marketing campaigns that put them nearly everywhere. Between 1986 and 1988, Popples generated an immense buzz. Parents were glad to purchase these brightly colored, stuffed teddy bears with cheery faces, coupled with various accessories for their children. Popples derived their name from the popping action that made them open and close quickly. These toys were so popular they inspired an acclaimed Saturday morning cartoon, with the cartoon series that aired between 1986 and 1987. Sadly, in the late 90s, the novelty wore off as new toys popped up everywhere. Toymax made several attempts at reviving Popples. In 2001, new kinds of Popples were released, including new characters like Pinwheel Penny, Polka Dotty, and Pixie Dotty. Popples were even named after celebrities like Christina Ricci, Lee Cook, and Amanda Lewis. These marketing campaigns put them on the market again. However, in recent years, only the rarest and most adorable are sought after, as they have become an item for collectors. No matter how widely Popples caught the attention of pop culture icons, it never came as close to Speak and Spell. In 2019, the company known as Basic Fun re-released the 1970s toy sensation Speak and Spell. In the late 1970s, when they were first introduced, these handheld electronic educational toys used speech synthesizers to help children learn to spell and pronounce articulately. They had interesting features like receptor slots, keyboards for typing words, and large screens for displaying. The perfect combination of design and utility made them instant classics. Learning was suddenly fun, and this toy designed for purely educational purposes was popular in most homes and schools. Ultimately, they became cultural icons appearing in nearly everything like TV shows, commercial music videos, and feature films. They were in The Simpsons and Stranger Things. Even Steven Spielberg's 1982 film E.T., The Extraterrestrial, and Pixar's Toy Story featured Speak and Spell. As better models were released, additional features were added, but the LCD screen and the QWERTY keyboards remained the same. Subsequently, additional letters were added to the keyboard. As more exciting and much more popular toys became available, Speak and Spell suddenly disappeared, despite its wide impact in the world of education. Later versions of this toy have paid homage to the original creation, but there are now iPads and new inventions in the form of digital media that have totally made them niche items. Like Speak and Spell, the next toy on our list is now almost completely a collectible. Ring toss games were a popular form of recreation in amusement parks. People queued up just to toss rings around a peg. But in the 1970s and 1980s, a handheld Waterful ring toss game was made that tossed rings onto pegs through the pressure of air currents. This invention by Milton Bradley was loved by children everywhere, most of whom competed on who could get the most rings onto the underwater poles set at varying lengths. Parents thought the game was good for children because they were associated with increased motor skills. They would go on to inspire other water-based games like Waterful darts. Nowadays, Waterful ring toss toys belong to retro toy history. Children simply got bored with them, as they never led to much community engagement. Like Rubiks Magic. Rubiks Magic is a compact, portable mechanical puzzle made up of interlinked sliding tiles invented by Erno Rubik, the man who invented the Rubik's Cube. This rectangular plastic puzzle is made up of 8 black square tiles arranged in a 2x4 grid. The challenge was folding the rectangular puzzle into a symmetrical, heart-like shape that interlaced the rings. This challenge attracted a lot of players, most of whom wanted to solve it in less than 1 minute. The players also wanted to reproduce selected 3-dimensional types that had selected tiles in selected positions. Like Rubik's Cube, Rubiks Magic was an instant hit, attracting a lot of people and children who appreciated its sliding tiles, movable windows, and the challenge of solving a problem everyone wanted to solve. However, it did fall out of favor as it never attracted wide community engagement like Rubik's Cube, and other puzzles like Perplexus came along. Unlike Rubiks Magic, the next toy on our list remained a hit among children for a far much longer time. For most people born in the 80s, Viewmaster is an all-time classic. For almost 9 decades, it was consistently educational, entertaining, and memorable. It was first brought to the attention of the public around 1939, when William Gruber put together a prototype made of cardboard boxes and photographic slides. They soon developed to become handheld devices with lenses like binoculars. Marketing campaigns focused on their practical benefits for tourists and curious children who wanted to peer through the reels and photographic slides. As the new versions emerged over the years, as each version was more entertaining than the last one, they simply became iconic. Interestingly, the latest versions were often made to adapt to what was considered contemporary tastes. They were released with themed reels, narrative reels, color slides, and even digital screens. In 2010, there was a partnership with Google that inspired the creation of VRs. Like Viewmaster, Muscle figures remain more than just collectibles. Many people still think of these figures as more than collectibles. For most children, they were an experience. In the 80s, these articulated figures created by Mattel were highly sought after by nearly every child under the age of 6. Muscle figures were colorful toys with flexible joints that came in a range of about 300 different interesting characters. Their designs could be traced to Japanese Kinnikuman toys, but in the case of the version released by Mattel, the characters ranged from the standard characters to rare figures that attracted lots of children. They were also enemy figures and special editions that came in places and were available only in certain places. Numerous toy makers still believe these figures started the craze for collectibles. Which of these toys do you think made the most impression on the minds of young children? Please let us know in the comments section. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button.